What if I told you that 14 years before the Titanic sank, someone had already predicted the disaster? This isn't some far-fetched prophecy, it's a chilling story from a man who tried to warn the world. Back in 1898, a British journalist named William Thomas Stead was getting tired of the shipping industry's boastful claims. Companies were parading their new ocean liners, calling them unsinkable marvels of modern engineering. Stead saw this as dangerous arrogance, a direct challenge to nature itself. He felt a sense of dread, believing that such hubris would eventually lead to a terrible tragedy. So, he decided to write a story to wake people up. He published a fictional piece titled From the Old World to the New. In his tale, a massive ocean liner, celebrated for its advanced safety features and proclaimed to be unsinkable, set sail across the Atlantic. The passengers and crew are confident, reveling in the ship's supposed invincibility. But then, disaster strikes. In the icy waters of the North Atlantic, the great ship collides with an iceberg. The collision causes catastrophic damage. The unthinkable happens. The unsinkable ship begins to go down. Panic erupts. Stead's story vividly described the chaos and the desperate struggle for survival. He highlighted a critical flaw in the plan. There weren't enough lifeboats for everyone on board. As the ship sank, hundreds of people were left stranded in the freezing ocean with no hope of rescue. It was a horrifying cautionary tale. But here's where it gets truly eerie. Stead's story wasn't just a work of fiction. It was a premonition. He even named the fictional ship's captain E.J. Smith, the same name as the captain who would command the Titanic. The details were so specific, it's almost unbelievable. His story was a direct warning, a plea to the shipping industry to stop their arrogant claims and prioritize real safety over marketing slogans. Sadly, the world didn't listen. Fast forward 14 years to 1912. The White Star Line unveils its new flagship, the RMS Titanic. It was the largest ship ever built, a floating palace of luxury and technological prowess. And what was its famous nickname? The Unsinkable Ship. The marketing was a huge success, and the world was captivated. On its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York, the Titanic carried over 2,200 passengers and crew. For days, the journey was a dream. But on the night of April 14th, in the freezing North Atlantic, the Titanic struck an iceberg. The unsinkable ship suffered fatal damage and began to sink, just as Stead had written. And just like in his story, there weren't enough lifeboats. Over 1,500 people lost their lives in one of the most infamous maritime disasters in history. Stead's story had become a terrifying reality. The parallels are uncanny: the unsinkable claim, the iceberg collision, the lack of lifeboats, even the captain's name. It's a powerful reminder that history often sends us warnings, but we have to be willing to listen. If you find stories like this as fascinating as I do, be sure to follow Real Legends in Ink for more incredible tales from history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.